Hi, witches, blessed be. This is White Raven over here. Today's Monday, so happy Magic Monday to all of you guys. How are you, witches? I'm very excited to be here today with a super spell for you. We are going to be taking advantage of the energies that are around us right now. We're close to Halloween, or Samhain, as us witches know. And I'm super excited to teach you this. You'll be able to utilize these energies in order to take vengeance or correct a wrong done to you. My name is White Raven. If you are new into this channel, I welcome you. I am here to teach you magic from my perspective, and I am here to teach you as I learn, because I want to be for you like your bigger sister when it comes to magic. I want to be for you what I wish I had when I started. Because when you start this path, it's kind of difficult. And before, when I started, there was no channels teaching magic. I know there's 1,001 and more and many more available right now for you, and places like TikTok. Listen, you need to learn a lot when you want to become a witch. And if you want your magic to work properly, there's a lot of things that you need to research, learn, and apply into your life. And I'm here to guide you through. So, witches, if this is something that interests you, please do not leave this channel without subscribing, commenting, sharing, and liking. You help me tremendously. On the same token, witches, thank you so very much for your support. I do have a website, whiteravenandwitcheslayer.com, in which I have most of the things that we use for our spell and many other things for all your magical endeavors. I also have blogs in there that you can read and things that you can learn. So visit my website, whiteravenandwitcheslayer. That's where you email me, and that's when you ask me any questions pertaining to magic. So let's talk about the spell that I have for you today. Coffin of Shadows. Let's utilize the energy, witches. Samhain, or Halloween as we mundanely know, it is the time when the veil between the living and the spiritual world gets really thin. This time is ideal for you to connect with spirits, with your ancestors, with family members that no longer are in the living realm and now they're become spirits. I have shared with you many videos of the things that I do on Samhain. I may link them in the description of the video so you see what I do. But in this particular instance, we're going to need the assistance of the dead to aid us in set things right. We witches believe that in the night of Samhain or Halloween, the spirit of the good, the bad, and everything in between is walking among us. The purpose of the spell is to use the shadows that will be lurking around on this night to take away and punish evil done against us. Because you see, all the spirits are going to be coming looking for something, the good, the bad, and everything in between. So let's give them our enemies. This hex will invoke the power of the spirits to ensure justice is done. Now tell me, witch, do you have a bully that is absolutely driving you crazy? Is harassing you, making your life difficult because of their words, their actions, what they're doing against you? Perhaps you cannot sleep at night thinking about all the things that this person is doing. This hex is going to help you turn that negativity and that evil against them, letting them feel the weight of what they have done to you. Do you have people that has betrayed you, like deeply betrayed you, like someone really close to you, a friend, your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend? Some of those betrayals really can cut deep. This hex will serve you as a way for you to seek justice by returning their deceit to them. Do you have anybody sabotaging you at work? Perhaps an evil boss. They're blocking your opportunities. They're blocking you getting ahead in your career. Perhaps they're spreading lies about you. They are trying to damage your reputation, the value of you as an employee. This hex is going to reflect back on them these obstacles. They will encounter the same things that they're trying to do against you. Maybe you have somebody that is trying to harm somebody that you love or a family member. This hex is going to be used to protect your loved ones, because this hex is going to bind the abilities of that evildoer to harm anybody you love. And they will feel in their own skin the consequences of their own actions. This morning, I was reading some of your emails. Many of you guys are going through really serious, harsh legal situations, legal matters. I'm talking about divorce. I'm talking about child custody. There are so many things that many of you guys are encountering. This hex is for you, because this hex is going to call forth the spirits of justice, binding that evil perpetrator and returning all the stress and trouble back into their own lives. Also, witches, a stalker. Do you have a stalker that is just terrorizing you? This person won't leave you in peace. Seek the dead against this evildoer. Bind them. Confuse their action and their mind. Turn their focus away from you, witches, and let them face their own turmoil. Turn all this against them. These are some examples. If you are going through any of these situations, and perhaps many more, this hex is for you. So now let's talk about the things that we're going to be needing for this reverse hex. The first thing that we're going to use is going to be a coffin. This spell is called Coffin of Shadows. This coffin is going to represent you sealing their evil. Right here, it's going to be contained inside this coffin. The next thing that we're going to need is going to be 9 nails. These are 3/4 of an inch and these are black. You don't have to use them black, witches. I just prefer the black ones. So we're going to need 9. Remember what I explained to you guys last week? 9 is the number of completion, of finalizing, of ending. Okay, this is ending right here. We're finalizing this in here. This is completed here, done. That's why we are using 9 little nails. We're going to be using some herbs and powders that pertain to the spell that we're doing today, witches. The first thing that we're going to need is cemetery dirt. Cemetery dirt is going to be grounding and summoning the spirits. The next thing that we're going to need, witches, is mugwort. Mugwort also has to do with the dead. This is to enhance the spirit connection for attraction. We're going to lure the spirits of the shadows into our spell. The next thing that we're going to need, which is wormwood. This is going to be for banishing and binding that evildoer into your spell. The next thing that we're going to need is poppy seeds, which is we're going to be confusing the mind of this evildoer. Next, witches, we are going to be using sun banishing powder. This is going to speed up and heat up our spell and, of course, aiding us with banishment. Now, there's going to be 2 oils that we're going to be using. One of these oils is, which is, be very careful with this oil. This is a really badass oil. This is called Yusa Yusa. Yusa Yusa is good for summoning the dead. And when I said summoning the dead, it's not pretty spirits, witches. This is going to be a magnet, attraction for the spirits of the shadows. You're also, if you don't have Yusa Yusa, you can use both of them or you can use one or the other. Please get some dragon's blood oil. It's going to look red like this. Dragon's blood is going to strengthen the connection between your coffin and the dead. Next, witches, you are going to need 2 candles. We're going to be using a black tea light. This one is the one that I use for hexes. The black tea light, which is going to be for banishing. You also are going to need a white tea light. And this white one is going to be for protection. We're almost there, witches. I know there's a lot of things. You're going to need a representation of the evildoer. All right. In this particular case, I have this little foam dolly. These ones you can find in any craft store. They come female, males, and all the colors in the rainbow. So I'm going to be using this one, and I'm going to use a marker to mark everything that I need to mark on this particular doll. Now, if you have a brown paper, you can create a dolly in a brown paper, or you can just write in a brown paper your intentions, what you want, the name of the person. You need to link it into either the doll or the paper. If you want to create a voodoo doll and you want to put tag logs into that doll, that's what you're going to do as well. You need a tag log or a representation, a strong representation of these persons that the spirits that are lurking around on the night of Samhain are going to see, and they're going to know exactly who do they need to take. Okay, it's very important. Just visualize it that way. I'm just trying to put it very simple so you understand the importance of that tag log in your coffin. All right? Okay, witches, before we go into the spell, let's prepare our environment. It is very important that you create your sphere of protection. So visualize that you are inside a bubble in which nothing can harm you while you do this spell. You become invisible to the evildoer, to whoever is hurting you. Just because it feels correct. I'm going to be lighting some black magic incense. This one is in my website. I absolutely love it. It gets me in the mood. Let's light it up. It smells so good. I really like it. So without further ado, let's get into the spell. Which is the perfect time to do this spell is going to be between 11 and midnight on the night of Samhain. Okay. So first thing that you're going to do, you're either going to grab your doll or your paper, and we are going to write the target's name. All right. Many people ask me, why, Raven, what do I do if I don't know the name of my enemy? You're going to write enemy of mine. Right. Now, having said that, which is the more precise you are with your magic, the better results you are going to have. Now, in this doll or in your paper, you're also going to write down whatever it is that they are doing to you. And you keep writing until you put in here everything that is within you. All the pain, all the sadness, whatever it is that is unfair, all the evil that they're doing to you, you're going to put it right in this doll. Now, let's place this dolly inside your coffin of shadows. Just put it here. Remember, witches, that while we put this in here, this coffin is representing the sealing and containing of the target's malice. The next thing that we are going to do, which is we're going to grab the cemetery dirt. Ooh, do you hear that? Oof. This cemetery dirt is charged, witches. Remember that the cemetery dirt is going to be grounding and summoning the spirits into this evil doer. The next thing, oh my goodness, it smells. Ooh, my God. Witches, this smells like rot. I swear to you. Like, goodness gracious. The next thing is going to be mugwort. So the mugwort is going to enhance your spirit connection. Oh my goodness, this smells bad. The cemetery there is alive. I know some of you guys got that batch. That's one of my earliest batches. If you got it, it's probably going to smell when you open it. Anyways, we're going to put mugwort. Mugwort is going to enhance also the spirit connection. Let's do the wormwood now, which is this is going to be for banishing this evildoer and binding this evildoer from ever hurting you again. We're also going to add poppy seeds. This is for confusion. This person is not gonna know what the heck is coming for him. Next, witches, we're going to add a banishing powder to heat up this hex and to amplify the power. Perfect. Now, which is the next thing that we're going to do, we're going to be adding some yusa oil pretty much to summon the dead. And this is put outside. This is going to be calling upon the dead. And last, we're going to add some of this dragon's blood to strengthen the connection. There you go. All right. Now, witches, the next thing that we are going to do, we are going to grab our nails and we're going to nail shut this coffin. Okay, witches, now you're going to nail every single nail into your coffin. And as you are nailing them, you are going to do a little chant. By the spirit's reason, on this Samhain night, I call forth the shadows to punish with fright. Amen. Let's do the next one. By the spirit risen on this Samhain night, I call forth the shadows to punish with fright. You're going to repeat that for every single nail. Okay, which is by the spirit risen on this Samhain night, I call forth the shadows to punish with fright. Okay, which is now that you finish nailing all these nails into your coffin, we are going to grab our 2 tea lights. We are going to put the black one to the left and the white one to the right. Remember that the black one is for the hexing and the white one is going to be for protection and light towards you. First, you're going to light the white one, which is... And now we're going to light the black one. Everybody's alive in here today. Now listen up, witches. I need you to gather all your justified anger, get it out of you and put it in your hands. I want you to feel the pain, the embarrassment, the anger that you have within you for all the evil that this person is doing. put it out of you and put it in your hand. And you're going to visualize that energy as a shadow engulfing this coffin, as a shroud enveloping this coffin. And this is the chant that you are going to do. And I need you to feel it, and I need you to get it out of you, because you're going to awaken the darkest shadows to come and take this evildoer away. By the Spirit's reason, on this Samhain night, I call forth the shadows to punish with fright. From realms unseen where the dead lie deep, awaken, O souls from eternal sleep. In life they're harmed and cast their stain. Now let them feel tenfold their pain. Bound by the veil with spirits near, bring forth justice, instill dread and fear. Echoes of darkness strike with force, let their malice reverse its course. By Samhain's dead and powers aligned, justice shall bind them through curse and rhyme. Witches, let your candles consume all the way through. It doesn't matter if this goes past midnight. Just let these candles burn through. Once these candles are consumed, you are going to leave this coffin outside. Leave it outside through the entire night. And then witches, once you are done with this hex, once the night of Samhain has come and go, you're going to grab your coffin and you need to bury it far away from you. If you're lucky enough to find a crossroad, that's exactly where you are going to bury this coffin. Otherwise, you want to make sure that you bury this in a place in which this is not going to be disturbed. Listen, many of you guys tell me that you don't have a place to bury a coffin. I don't know if you live in a jungle of cement that you cannot find a place to bury this. Put it in a pot, bury it in a pot, and take this pot very far away from you in a place where nobody is going to disturb this. If after doing all your spell on the night of Samhain, you feel charged still, ground. You can walk barefoot outside. You can put your hands in the ground and try to transmit of that charge that you have within you. You're still tingling all over. Put it back into Mother Earth. It is always good for you to take bath. I explained in all my previous videos different type of bath that you can take. Ultimately, just take a bath, even if it's just with salt, with something that makes you feel better. Last witches, this is a spell that you don't necessarily need to do in the night of Samhain. If you find this spell right after Halloween has come and gone, you can do this spell anytime that the moon is waning, meaning when the moon is getting smaller, or you can do it when there's no moon, black moon, zero moon, the new moon. That's when you're going to perform it. But witches, you must bury this far away from you. Again, let me explain this again. You need to bury this. You need to bury this far away from you in a place that nobody is going to disturb it. So you can do it in the night of Samhain, or you can do it anytime when the moon is getting small, and you must end this by burying the whole coffin, your hex. That's it, which is, remember that you must be justified in order to do this type of hexes, because magic that is not justified is going to come back and bite you in the ass. I have said this many times. Please make sure that you are ethical when you are doing this type of hexes. If you like this spell, if you find this useful, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like it, and comment down below. Tell me if you have done any of these type of spells on the night of Samhain. Also, let me know how this spell worked for you. If you have any questions, you can also put them in the comments of this video. Remember that I do not work for people, and if you need a spell, I'm going to tell you to check my videos, because I have almost 600 spells which is in here for your assistance. If you have any further questions, again, you can go into my website, whiteravenandwitcheslair.com. You can also visit me in Facebook, White Raven and Witches Lair. And please drop a comment down below. Other than that, witches, I love my Magic Mondays. I love being here with you. But remember, witches, that knowledge is power. I like to share with you everything I know. Knowledge is power. Make sure to learn and keep doing your own research and come out with your own conclusions, witches. Magic is different for everybody. What's important is that you study and you research and you acquire knowledge. And with all that knowledge, you need to discern and you have to stay so very wicked. See you Monday, witches. Happy Halloween. Bless Samhain. I love you. Bye.